This is Bill Brady on the Pulse of Arizona, 1100 KFNX, and other in our monthly programs, Modern Aging, from the Glencroft Center for Modern Aging. Now, this is the segment that I can just kind of lean back and let go because we have the Ross and Lish show here.
Here we are.
They could be an FM morning show. They're really good. Ross Higgins is the Senior Director of Campus Life here at Glencroft, and Lish Vasquez is the Senior Dining Director. Okay, this is where I do the handoff and see how little I have to talk from this point forward. Guys, it's great to see you. You are always
good to see you too.
The life of the party. But you've got a bunch of big events coming up in December. Let's start with the umbrella event, which is Winterfest.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I like your first phrase there, life of the party. And as we have talked about before, when it comes to this whole realm of senior living, 80 years old, you're in a senior living place, and it's this mentality of it's boring, it's slow, it's bad. This is, honestly, a daily party going on this campus. Mm-hmm. And it's so hard to fathom that until you really submerge yourself into it and you realize, that's not a lie. It really is. Day in and day out, it's a fun factory, and this Winterfest is coming up, perfect example. Granted, for people that are the true desert folks that grew up here, the desert's not really that Christmas scene that we all visualized.
No.
But so many people that live here, guess what? They're not from the desert. They are from all the snowy places. Therefore, they do have warm spots in their heart for, winter this or winter that. And so during Winterfest, we try to kind of bring some of that here, The snowy places, think about it. When that snow comes down, you're locked in. That living room just became the game room. The dance floor, it's Entertainment Central. Mom's in the kitchen cooking up the best stew or whatever. Welcome to Winterfest, because that's exactly what it is. We have a chili cook-off during the Winterfest where our residents are cooking pots of chili, our kitchens are cooking pots of chili, and so it's got that kind of homegrown feel to it, We have entertainment all week long. We have Dickens Carolers coming in. We have 2 Christmas dinner shows. Kickoff. It really is a jam-packed week where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, anything and everything that deals with the holidays, Christmas spirit, wintertime type activities, it's happening right here.
Well, Christmas is a very important thing. Hallmark has decided that they need to do Christmas in like June and July. Then they start it up again in October. People love Christmas because of the warm feelings that it evokes. So there's that. And then, Ross, you made an interesting point in terms of other places in this world where you get that first big snow and you're locked in. One of those places would be Flagstaff.
Oh, yeah. It could be. It could be.
75 inches of snow every year.
Yeah.
What are they, 120 miles from us?
It's a bizarre state, isn't it?
Yes.
I've heard that this is like one of the only states where you can have a morning ski run and then have an afternoon golf time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you can Flagstaff it and then come down to Phoenix and you can do both all on the same day.
It is incredible that you have such variety in one place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just unbelievable. So the Christmas, I'm sorry, I'm misnaming it. The Winterfest is December 8th through the 12th. You have 2 very important Christmas dinners there that I'm sensing that Lish probably has something to do with.
Oh, she has everything to do with it.
Okay.
I do. We're doing turkey. We're doing stuffing. We've got sweet potato pie. We're just doing that regular home-cooked meal that gets everybody all excited and brings them all together. So we'll be doing that 2 nights in a row. So, we'll have those ovens cooking real hot that week.
That meal is always such a good spread of food because you have literally the partridge in a pear tree all the way over to the kiwi bird. You have everything. In there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speak to the... Speak to this if you could. Speak to this if I could. Speak to this if you could. all of this stuff is going on with Winterfest and the two big Christmas dinners. And we're going to talk about Lish's Element 29 fine dining experience in a moment. But you're doing all of this for a purpose, and that is for the residents of Glencroft. What would Glencroft be if they didn't have Ross and Lish? What would Glencroft be if the residents didn't have these things to look forward to and to lift their spirits?
Well, I'll let her put her 2 cents here in a second, but for me, I try to do programming and scheduling based off of this mentality of what would it be like if I was a participant. I am 55, handful of years, I technically could be living here. Would I be interested? Would I be engaged? Would I be excited about what I have coming this week and the next week? That's how I try to program when it comes to activities. That one, there's a good, steady, constant schedule of great things coming up. And then two, those things that are coming up, that they're actually worth attending. And so that's why we work really hard to provide width, depth, length, the whole deal when it comes to the activities program, because I don't know. I mean, the thought of being a senior adult living in a facility and you're bored and you're sad and you're depressed and you're isolated, we want to destroy all of that and make it a place where they're living literally some of their best days.
Lish, your perspective?
You know, I like to keep the residents in the honeymoon phase constantly. They're always like, Lish, do you ever sleep? No, I'm constantly thinking up cool new ideas to keep them on their toes all the time, but I want that for them so much. I want to bring that spark, that spirit that they still have, because you know what? I always tell them, you're only as old as you want to be. The body's one thing, but the heart and the spirit, very young. So that that brings no limit to what I can do with the menus, food, all that. So why put them in that category of, well, this is the meat potatoes thing? No, we're going to bring out the smash burger tacos. We're going to bring out all that cool stuff that everybody can enjoy and have. So that's kind of where I pull those strings and bring in that, that reality of, age has no limit to what we, can provide. And the exciting part, we can't leave that out. The exciting part is life and at any chapter.
Without a doubt. And that's, I think, the brilliance of the Glencroft philosophy is that on these days you don't just get the typical senior living center meal. You're getting something that really is very special, very well thought out. Coupled with, the food's important. I don't want to tell Ross that the other stuff isn't important, but the food is.
We collaborate real well.
Food's really important. It just people love to eat. They love variety in terms of what they're doing. They love specialness in regard to it. Now, going back to the Winterfest event, which is December 8th to the 12th. There's also some entertainment there. You've got the Centennial High School coming with their honor choir. Yeah. You also have a Dickens, group of Dickens carolers and things like that.
It starts off on the Monday with a kickoff where we have one of the Phoenix's local artists, Christy Lukes, will be here performing for our kickoff. And then middle of the week, you do have Centennial Choir. It's their honor choir. And so they come out fully decked out in those Dickens caroler costumes. And then we double back that with Thursday night and Friday night at the Christmas dinner show with another organization who comes out and puts on an awesome show, classic Christmas music all the way, so heavy on the end of entertainment for sure.
And we'll end on the subject of food because Lish has a special dining event, a fine dining experience that is coming up on December 1st at Element 29, which used to be the Copper Club.
Yes, the Copper Club. So on December 1st, we're going to do what we themed it, O Tannenbaum, O Christmas Tree. So the whole interactive 5-course meal is actually going to be based off, each resident is going to have a mini 12-inch Christmas tree at their table setting. And each course represents an old decoration that they'd used back in the day to decorate the Christmas tree. So we have Holiday Cara Cara oranges, which oranges dehydrated or dried back in the day with a string tied to decorate on the trees. So we have a prosciutto, roasted pistachios, pecorino romano, Cara Cara oranges topped with olive oil and sea salt and fresh mint. First course, amuse-bouche. And that is going to be the first thing that they get to put on the tree. So as each course goes on by, they are going to decorate the tree. So when they go home that night, they're going to have a fully decorated tree with some really cool items. So we have walnut Parmesan crisp, goat cheese, pear, and balsamic reduction on a walnut Parmesan cheese crisp topped with pea shoots. And then we have a lobster and shrimp with popcorn grits.
Oh, what?
Lobster and shrimp. I said it. It is popcorn grits with butter, white cheddar cheese, sautéed shrimp. We got bacon, cranberry jelly, and microgreens. Does that sound delightful, Bill?
It sounds delightful. I'm just wondering what time you need me here.
Yeah, 4:30.
go.
And then we're going to top off the meal with a dessert, of course, a classic homemade gingerbread cookie, which we're going to have homemade dough of ginger, cinnamon, allspice, molasses, brown sugar, eggs, and flour, and a gingerbread man cut out, baked, and iced, especially for you.
But I bet you say that to all the guys.
Oh, you know.
You know, when it's dining or it's activities, we both operate off this same mentality that when one of our residents walks away from dining, activities both, if they're not thinking to themselves, that was more than I expected,
Yeah.
honestly, we think we have failed. It's not okay just to be good,
No.
but it really needs to be, wow, that was more than I expected. If that's what they're doing, we know that we're ringing the bell the way we want to.
You are lifting them up. I have spoken with you a number of times. You're lifting them up. You both have a passion for this. And and I don't mean to turn this maudlin here, but the reality of it is we're all born, we're all going to die. But in the period of time that they're at Glencroft, it can be an enjoyable ride. And there can be things that they experience that just are game changers in terms of the life that they live here. Modern aging.
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
Exactly.
And that, there is plenty of life left to live when you move into Glencroft. And that life that you have left to live, man, we want it to be exceptional.
Yeah, we bring that magic, definitely.
You sure do. Lish Vasquez, the Senior Director of Dining at Glencroft, and Ross Higgins, the Senior Director of Campus Life. Thank you again. It's always good to see you guys.
Good to be here.